The bulk of the text tonight will be in Luke, and we're going to start from Luke chapter 22. And this message has been kind of working on me for a while, and just kind of, it's like God is reminding me of things that He's done for me, and hopefully it comes out good, because sometimes it goes in your head, but hopefully it goes good through my voice here. So Lord, please use me. Luke chapter 22, we're going to start out in verses 41 through 45. And if I had this is the first time I've actually named a sermon, gave it a title, it's Options. We've got options. Verse 41. And he was withdrawn from them about a stone's throw, and he knelt down and prayed, saying, Father, if it is your will, take this cup from me. Nevertheless, not my will, but yours be done. Then an angel appeared to him from heaven, strengthening him, and being in agony, he prayed more earnestly. Then his sweat became like great drops of blood falling to the ground. When he rose up from prayer and came to his disciples, he found them sleeping from sorrow. Then he said to them, Why do you sleep? Rise and pray, lest you enter into temptation. It's different when you hear it out loud to me. Jesus, the Son of God, is talking to his Father in heaven, God, the creator of all things. And he says, not my will. And that gives me a hint that Jesus had his own will also. His will was to do the will of the Father. And each and every single one of us are given free will. And we've got an option to do the will of the Father, or we can serve ourselves. He was praying, and he just got done talking to God, and God sent an angel to strengthen him. I believe that's also a picture of God sending people in our lives to help strengthen us. Amen. God puts a desire in our hearts, we can be lifted up and strengthened. And once he was strengthened, he immediately went to his disciples and said, I'm going to read it. He said, Why do you sleep? Rise and pray, lest you enter into temptation. And I've been out of work for a week, and I've been resting, kind of had some medical issues, everything's straight. I'm getting ready to go back to work tomorrow. But when you're down and out, and I felt myself, I like to get up and I like to go do. And when the doctor tells you to rest, in my opinion, that's a direct order. So I rest, unfortunately. So I've been going a little stir crazy. But I got a little bit depressed because there were things that needed to get done. I saw my wife doing stuff that I do. I saw my son doing stuff that I do. And I'm like, I feel kind of worthless. But when one person is down, that's why one person can't do it all. God has people in your lives to help lift you up and to do the things when you're not able to do those also. So the things still do get done, regardless of if you're able to. And Jesus, I forgot to tell us too, if anybody wanted to say anything or had a question or add to, just raise your hand and we'll kind of do it in a timely manner.
It's so wonderful that there is someone there, God sent someone there to do the things for you.
That's right.
When you can.
That's right. Exactly. In God's time, perfect time.
And he did that.
No doubt. And the big theme to this the verses I just read through, Jesus accepted God's plan for salvation. Jesus knew when he came to earth what his mission was. His mission was to ultimately go to the cross, to die for our sins, to reunite us all together with God who was lost in the garden. So Jesus already knew this. And even though it was hard for him, he still did it for us. And that's just powerful words right there. If you would, flip a page over to Luke chapter 23, and we're going to be focusing on verses 13 through 25. And this is the time coming close where Jesus is crucified on the cross. And it's a time of Passover. And I reflected on the first Passover and what it meant to the Jewish people, to the Israelites. The first Passover, when they killed a lamb and they cooked it and they took the blood and they spread it on the doorpost, that was a sign that they were God's chosen people, that the angel of death would pass over them. So when you see Jesus' crucifixion coming in the same time frame as the Passover feast, it makes me just think about different things, how God made everything happen at one point in time, that the angel of death that passed over the blood, that Jesus Christ shed blood, to cover our sins and save us from ultimate death and separation from God. So all this being said, into that, it just brings up a lot of feelings and thoughts in my head. I just wanted to share that too.